All right, so let's say you believed in a certain stock or company and you really thought it would do well. You read all the reports, you checked the charts, you checked the YouTube channels, and you said, hey, this is the stock to get into. Unfortunately, this stock's a crappy stock and you bought a crappy stock. So now what? What do you do? Especially now that you see the stock crashing and having a big problem. So if you got a handful of shares here, what we're going to do is we're going to talk a little bit about selling covered calls against your stock position. It's not a saving grace. It's not going to get you out of the gutter, but it will give you some cushion until the stock can kind of build or stabilize. It may take you a couple months. It may take you a couple of years to recover. I don't know. It just depends on how crappy of a stock you got, but it does take some time. So I've got this one right here. I wouldn't say it's, it wasn't a large position, but I got 200 shares of Robinhood. Not really saying it's a great position. Actually, some of these things I should move over, but let's say you got a few of these things in here and you're just not happy with them. So what you're doing is you're saying, okay, well, what can I do against these positions? So I'm going to go ahead and move a few positions over here, and I don't have any calls against these positions. So I've got here's CCL, which actually ironically is breaking even right now. I've got Airbnb, which is down like $2,000 on there. I've got, let's see, Lowe's is doing quite well for me. Let's see, anything else that's kind of crappy? Okay, let's just talk about those. Okay, so I got this one right here. This stock, Airbnb, is down $2,000. And I've got Robinhood right here, 200 shares, also down $400. Not a big deal, but it's a cheap stock. Just throw a few pennies in there. Again, this is a paper account. Just I play with it for you guys to kind of teach some videos. I also use it a lot for my coaching and mentoring stuff. Anyway, long story short, what do we do now that we've got this crappy company? Okay, it's not doing so well. So I got 200 shares of Robinhood. So you could evaluate the chart to death and so on and say, oh, I believe it's going to go up. Oh, the guy on YouTube saying it's going to go up. Just hold it. But it's going down. So at the end of the day, managing capital is more important than the chart. So we got Robinhood. Okay, where did we buy it? Okay, we bought it right here at 1047. Current stock price is 841, so I'm down a few bucks. Okay, so when you look at it, I need to get back up there, or I need to make up $400 worth. So what can I do? Well, first off, I got how many shares? 200. Okay, well, what I could do is start selling premium against it. I might, with a cheap stock, need to go further out in time to actually compensate for that premium. So the expected move of this stock is about $1. Look at this. This is the expected move. It's about $1. Okay, so even if it gets to about 950, right? I bought it at 1047, I think. And even if it gets to 950, I'm still underwater. But what you're doing is slowly trying to make up that that difference. So what you can do is say, you know what? I'll sell 100 shares at $9, and you could sell one call against it. So what you're doing is collecting about 23 cents. In this case, you're collecting $23, right? 23 cents is $23 because an option contract, one contract is 100, controls 100 shares. So what we've got there, boom. Now we've got 100 shares we're willing to sell for $9, and then I'm still got the other 100 shares that I would have. And for now, what's going to happen is that if it stands still or stays under that level, I still get to collect my, well, in this case, $24. So you can see right there, $24. And at the end of that June 16th, I get to collect that $24. Now, if it keeps heading down, I get to make $24 and so on. But, I'm still losing more on the stock in general because I still have those extra 100 shares. So I still have a positive delta of 166. So anyway, let's see what we do with the other one. Okay, I've got Airbnb. I got 100 shares, down $2,000, earnings, whatever. Doesn't matter the reason. Okay, Airbnb. ABNB. Okay. Stock went down, crashed, down $2,000 right here. Pew! Torpedo. All right. So I got Airbnb right here. Stock is not doing well. I bought the stock where? Where did I buy the stock? It's going to tell me right here at the bottom. 127. Current stock price is 107. So 107, I bought at 127. So I'm like $20 lower. Oh man, that sucks, right? So not good. All right, so how do I make up about $2,000 worth? Ooh, that's tough, right? So what can we do? I got 100 shares. Well, I'm positive delta, about 100. So I can slowly start selling against it. I could sell one contract if I wanted to, and try and make up, like right now it's down, what, Yeah, about 2,000 bucks. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to 24 days. I bought at 127. Well, I could try to go to the 127, but I'm only going to make $11 all the way over there. So I need to sell something closer in, maybe about a 115. Why 115? Well, look, it's going to go maybe about 10 bucks. If it goes up 10 bucks, maybe it doesn't go full 10 bucks. That's about 115. Okay. So you can kind of rough estimate it, or you could go a little outside the expected move. You could send that in. Now I'm going to have a covered call against my long position, or a call against my long position, long stock, and collect about $160 worth. All sounds good. Unfortunately, it doesn't get me to $2,000. Well, it's going to take a handful of times to do that. Okay, so that's kind of one part of it. And you keep working the trade, keep working the parameters. Now, I'm going to work it a little bit different. This one, I'm going to show you a little more, a couple of advanced things. I'm going to go to the 125 as well. And I'm going to go to the 130 here, sell a couple more verticals against it on this side. Oh, we're going to do a vertical spread. So just to show you, voila. I'm going to collect about 140 bucks on these few verticals. So that's 5 contracts. So we'll go ahead and do that. All right, cool. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to also go in and just, you could say, hey, are we overextended? Are we starting to head higher? Okay. Well, in this case, I might also say, hey, I'll sell a couple of put contracts or put verticals on this area to see if I can go ahead and then kind of make up that loss because it's probably oversold a bit. So now I can go in and kind of cautiously do something like this. And now between these few contracts, making up again another few $100. And what you're doing is slowly paying off some of those losses that you got. So I got a call, I got some verticals in there, I got a bunch of stuff in the mix, and I got myself a nice pot of soup after putting all these things in there. So that's really what you're doing is I'm putting in a mix of positions to working the trade now that I got a crappy company, or at least a crappy stock. Wouldn't say crappy company. I'd say, yeah, you got a stock that's not working in our favor, or the position is working against us. And that's not always the best situation to be in, but that happens. And now you got to work the trade a little bit more. Okay, there you go. It filled. All right, perfect. So now in total, I've got a theta of about 12. I can pull in about, let's say about $100 on these, maybe another $100 on the covered call, and then maybe another, who knows, 50, $100 on these right here. So about $300 worth out of the $2,000 that I'm down. So slowly, that'll start getting paid off. And that's what you're doing. That's what I'm working with here. So anyway, I hope that helps, gives you a little insight to, hey, you got a crappy company. This might be a way to start building things up. I showed you 2 different ways. Simple covered call strategy on one, a little more advanced on the other. Of course, there's more advanced things as well, but I don't usually cover those as much on YouTube because people get confused. So reach out for a coaching session if you're interested in more things to work together one-on-one, and we can discuss those things further. Anyway, hope that helps. Truly appreciate you sticking with me, joining me. Enjoy the week ahead. Enjoy the day ahead, and I will see you on the next video.